The first one I've got to show is one of our amazingly successful Baby's Very First series. Baby's Very First is a what we call a sub-series or a sub-imprint, really. BVF we call it for short. And these books have swept the market. They have, as you can imagine for babies, a lot of finger trail stuff. You rub your finger and feel. They have a little flap. They have a bit of touchy-feely, and they have holes. All those kind of physical attributes that babies love to explore. Babies are finding out how the world works. And if you can give them books that require, to a baby, a little bit of exploration, a little bit of work, that seems to be very satisfying. Even on the covers of the books, it's got finger trail stuff. You know, the tails of the cat and of the cats and the collar of the dog are actually recesses in the covers so that babies can play with them. I have to say I personally take no credit at all for the baby book policy, which is probably Usborne's strongest, because I've always said, well, I'm not sure I can do baby books. I can do non-fiction, I can do books for older children. So my staff have come along and proved themselves absolutely brilliant at doing baby books. So also in the baby book area, currently my favourite Usborne book of all time, the amazing Little Babies Pop-Up Garden. We've tried doing pop-up books and we've discovered that there's a big gap in the market for small and young. So here we are doing a gorgeous, deeply artistically beautiful pop-up book for, I don't know, 6 months to 2 years. I mean, just look at that. It's amazingly artistic, amazingly beautiful. One of the things that's changed in the last 5 or 10 years is that we increasingly say to ourselves, it's not the subject that you're selling, it's the art that you're selling. There's a rapidly increasing awareness amongst parents of style and of visual quality, and we're definitely responding to that. We have access to literally hundreds of artists all over the world. We can work very easily now with somebody in Timbuktu because they probably speak English and they're on the internet. So suddenly we have access to all the top artists all over the world. So their Pop-Up Garden is another brilliant baby book. A Thousand Things Under the Sea is a continuation of a very exciting series with, again, I think, deeply artistic looking spreads. These, I think, are so beautiful. You want to stick them up in the lavatory, or, as we are increasingly doing, putting them in a frame, hanging them on the wall to demonstrate to everybody how beautiful, what I call arrays of pictures like that can actually be. So, A Thousand Things Under the Sea. I know that, particularly in America, there's a big market for books about the oceans, and I think this will be a fabulous, kind of vocabulary book for older children. It's got some pretty advanced vocabulary. It's also got 1,000 amazingly good pictures in it. Under the Sea Picture Puzzle book is another one slightly in the same direction of amazing undersea pictures. Again, frameable art quality. Unbelievably, look at that. This is not just the talent of the artist, this is the talent of the designer, of which I've said before, we have no less than 55. Look at the way that the pictures are positioned, not just the way they're drawn or how they're coloured, but how they're positioned in space. Look at the pattern that we've made there. These books are astounding artistic achievement, as well as being pretty demanding puzzles. Loads of fun. What Makes It Rain is another one of our increasingly successful Lift the Flap. First Q&A, first question, we call it Q&A, first question and answer books. There is very clear evidence that non-fiction books that merely explain subjects are slightly done to death now, and the market wants novelty. Novelty describes things like flaps, touchy-feely, stickers, writing, and that's what we specialise in. So perhaps 20 years ago we would have done a book called What Makes It Rain as a straight piece of explanation in some nice pictures. Now we have to do it with loads of flaps, hardback, beautiful art, gorgeous design, and this is selling and selling.